Silly sword, Henry. Henry, you gave me a... Where have you been, for heaven's sakes? You're nearly an hour late. Dick and Betty will be here in a minute. For your birthday dinner? Why on earth didn't you phone if you were working late at the office? Was the train delayed? Say something, Henry.
Yellow pages!
What?
Yellow pages!
What do you want the yellow pages for?
Travel agents, oh no, they'll be closed. British Airways.
Have you been in some sort of accident?
Airlines, American Airlines, British Airways. 081-897-4000.
What do you want British Airways for?
081-8.
Henry, Dick and Betty are coming. For dinner.
Yes, British Airways.
It's your birthday.
Yes, I'd like to book 2 air flights, please.
Air flights.
For tonight.
What?
Anywhere.
Henry?
Oh, you heard me? Anywhere. Well, anywhere that doesn't require a special visa. So, Holland, Sweden, France, Spain, Germany, Denmark.
What's the matter with you? We've got Dick and Betty at 6:30.
Time of flight? Hang on a second. How long will it take us to get to London Airport?
You've been drinking.
By taxi!
I can smell it on your breath. Whiskey. You've been drinking.
It's 6:30 now.
Put that phone down.
Taxi at 7, Heathrow at 8. At 9 o'clock?
I shall stay home today.
Yes, any flight around 9 o'clock, please.
I'm going to start getting angry very soon.
Go and pack and get the passports.
Henry!
Only one suitcase, a small one, and we'd like to go first class.
You'll make me cry, Henry.
Go and pack! And just a change of underclothes for me. We'll buy the rest when we get there.
Get where?
Barcelona? Oh, brilliant! 21:15 hours. What's that real time? 9:15 p.m. Excellent.
Henry, please.
Well, oh, I don't care. Smoking, non-smoking. Can I pay in cash at the airport?
It's your birthday.
Oh, great. 2 first class, Barcelona... What? No, singles. Yes, singles. We're not coming back. Yes, Mr. and Mrs. Henry Perkins, 42 Elgott... yes, pick up the tickets 30 minutes before check-in. Will do. Thank you so much for your assistance. Goodbye.
Henry, who are you phoning now?
Just a toothbrush, toothpaste, and razor. That's all I need. Yes, Fulham taxis? Yes, I need a car to take 2 of us to London Airport immediately, please. Oh, 15 minutes? Brilliant. Make it 10 if you can. Yes, 42 Elgar Avenue. Yes, it's right on the corner.
Henry.
Jean, listen.
No, you listen. You've been drinking and it's affected your brain. You're not used to alcohol and now you've gone funny.
No, I haven't gone funny.
Yes, you have. I don't know what's happened to you exactly, but we're not traveling to Barcelona tonight. We have Dick and Betty coming round for your birthday dinner. Oh, they've been working you far too hard at that office. It's probably nothing serious, just one of those temporary breakdowns. I don't think it's a blood clot. What's that?
£1,735,000.
What is it?
Cash!
But what is it?
Money! Cash! £1,735,000! All in £50 notes. 34,700 of them. 34,750 notes. £1,735,000 in used notes.
What is it, Henry?
It's a bloody fortune, Jean! Passports!
Henry? How did all of this money get into your briefcase?
Oh, well, that's just it. It's not my briefcase.
What are you talking about?
Well, I got off the London Underground at Fulham Broadway, you know, the way I always do, and I started my walk home, you know, the way I always do, down Aylmer Road. Have you moved our passports?
bottom drawer. Get on with it.
Well, it was a bit nippy, so I thought I'd put my gloves and scarf on. Now, they were in my briefcase. So I stopped and I flipped open my briefcase, only it wasn't my briefcase.
Not your briefcase.
Passports.
What do you mean, not your briefcase?
Well, I must have left mine and picked this one up by mistake. Or else someone else picked up mine and left me theirs.
Well, why didn't you take it back right away?
I was in a state of shock. How would you feel if you opened your handbag to powder your nose and found £1,735,000 in there?
How do you know the exact amount?
I counted it.
Counted it in the middle of Elmer Road?
No, in the Prince of Wales pub.
I thought you'd been drinking.
Well, I had to pull myself together. I had to think what to do.
Taking this money to the London Transport Lost Property Office. That's what you should have done.
So I went to the bar and I ordered a large whiskey, and then I went to have a sit in the gents' loo.
The loo?
Well, to see if I hadn't been seeing things. I hadn't. So I sat on the loo and I counted it all out.
Henry.
And then I ran back to the bar and I had that double whiskey.
Then what?
Well, I had another, and then I went back to the loo, I sat down and I counted it all out again.
Well, no wonder you're an hour late.
Actually, I had another drink and another sit on the loo before I finished. I just couldn't believe it.
Henry?
Jean, listen. We're never going to have another chance like this as long as we both live. We got to grab it with both hands.
We can't just up and emigrate.
Oh, yes, we can. Oh, we're going first class. I'll take a few of these for tips on the flight.
It's not our money, Henry.
It is now. Go and pack.
Henry, it's stealing.
Oh, no, I gave quite a bit of thought to that while I was sitting in the Prince of Wales loo. See, it appears to me that money is ill-gotten gains. I mean, it's got to be, right? Used notes all bundled up in elastic bands. It'll be payment for some illicit transaction. That is money that doesn't reflect on anyone's books. It will not show up in anyone's accounts. No income tax or VAT will have been paid on it. That money doesn't exist, so if it doesn't exist, I can't have stolen it.
Henry.
Jean, my conscience is clear. I've worked very hard for nothing for the last 20 years, and now at long last I've received my bonus.
But the police will come.
But the police will never get involved, because the loss of this money will never be reported to the police. Now, go and pack that suitcase.
Henry.
Jean, go and pack, and just a couple pairs of underpants and a sponge bag for me.
Henry, I want to have dinner with Vic and Betty. I want to have our roast chicken. I want to stay here at number 42, Elgar Avenue.
Jean, you don't understand. We can't stay here. I can't go back to the office on Monday. I've burned my bridges.
But it's not too late.
Yes, it is. If I've got Mr. Nasty's briefcase, well, then he's got mine. It's got my office stuff in it. Monday morning, Mr. Nasty will call at the office looking for his briefcase and me. By that time, we've got to be 1,000 miles away, booked in some foreign hotel as a Mr. and Mrs. Shufflebottom.
Henry, he'll come looking for us. It won't matter if we're Shufflebottom or Ramsbottom or Sidebottom. He'll come looking for us.
But he won't know where to find us.
He'll report us to the police. They'll find us. Interpol, it'll be awful.
Oh, it'll be lovely, because there won't be any Interpol. I've told you, Mr. Nasty can't go to the police. Mr. Nasty has fiddled £1,735,000, and now the fiddler has been well and truly plucked. By yours truly, Henry A. Perkins.
Oh, I've never seen you like this before, Henry.
I've never bloody felt like this before, Jean.
I liked you as you were. A bit of a wimp.
Those days are over.
I don't want to go.
Oh, what do you mean you don't want to go?
I don't want to go to Barcelona.
Oh, don't be daft. You love it in Spain. We've had 3 holidays there.
Holidays, yes, but we weren't emigrating.
All right, fine. If you don't like Barcelona, well, we'll stay overnight and then fly off someplace else. Australia, Bermuda, Bali. Hell, we'll bloody buy Bali.
I like it here, Henry. I don't want to move. What about the family?
Oh, what family? We haven't got any family.
Alf and Doris?
Doris is your second cousin and you haven't seen her in 20 years.
I send a Christmas card.
Well, send her one from Barcelona. Now come and pack.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that'll be Vic and Betty Johnson. You deal with them. I'll pack the suitcase.
Well, what will I say to them? They've come to dinner.
Tell them to go to the Savoy. Have dinner on me.
But it's your birthday. It's his birthday. I'm sorry I took so long. Oh, I thought you, I was expecting someone else.
Take the sergeant Davenport, Mum. Fulham CID.
Oh, Fulham CID.
That's right, Mum. I was wondering if I could have a word with the gentleman of the house.
The gentleman?
Well, that would be your husband, would it, Mum?
Well, what exactly, could you tell me what the problem is?
I'd rather speak to your husband, Mrs.
Perkins.
Perkins.
He's upstairs at the moment. Oh, would you like a peanut?
No, thank you.
Are you sure? Oh, sorry, I'm a bit, Henry! That's my husband. Henry. Excuse me, Sergeant, I'll just go see who,
Of course.
I expected to be Vic and Betty. They're having dinner with us tonight. The Johnsons, Vic and Betty. Do sit down. It's his birthday.
That's nice.
Henry's, not Vic's.
Ah,
I don't know when Vic's is.
you better let him in.
Yes. Henry won't be he's getting dressed in his birthday suit. Oh, I did not mean he had no.
No.
I'll go.
Here we are.
Oh, I thought.
You thought 15 and I made it in 10.
I beg your pardon.
Fulham taxis.
Oh, yes.
Yes, I'm Bill. And now then, you're off to London Airport. How many cases to go?
Oh, yes. Cases. That's my, sister. She's staying with us. She has been. She's leaving this evening. London Airport.
I thought it was Mr. Perkins.
What?
The docket says Mr. Perkins.
No, Mr. Perkins isn't going anywhere. It's his birthday. Mr. Perkins just made the booking.
Oh.
No, it's my sister who's leaving, flying off.
All right, well, how many cases?
I'm not sure. Bill, did you say it was?
Yes.
Well, why don't you wait in your taxi, Bill, and Mr. Perkins can help with the cases, because my sister's not quite ready yet.
Right, well, I'm just parked around the corner. Where's she flying off to?
I beg your pardon.
Your sister. What's the destination?
Australia!
Oh, Australia. Down under.
Oh, yes, she's emigrated. She's been here for a visit, but now she's going back to Sydney.
Oh, very nice. Well, I'm just parked on the side street. You just give me a shout when the pair of them are ready.
The pair of them?
The docket says 2 people.
Yes, that's right. My sister and her husband. That's why she emigrated. He's Australian.
Oh.
I'll tell him that you're parked right around the corner.
That's right. Nice to have met you.
Hectic here tonight.
Certainly seems that way. You got something in the oven?
I beg your pardon.
Dinner with your friends, the Johnsons.
Oh, yes.
And you seem a bit distracted.
No, that's all it had. Roast chicken.
Pity your sister and her husband are going to miss it.
What? Oh, yes. Adelaide and Percy. No, they've got to catch their airplane.
Still, Sydney. By the time they finish that journey, they'll have had half a dozen dinners.
Oh, yeah.
Right, all packed?
Henry.
Did you deal with Vic and Betty?
Henry, we have a visitor.
Oh, Fulham taxis! Brilliant!
Full of police, actually.
Great, Fulham police.
Detective Sergeant Davenport, CID.
Yes, that's fine. Well, what seems to be the trouble, Sergeant? Neighbours complaining about something?
You're Mr. Perkins, aren't you, Mr. Henry Perkins?
I am indeed.
I was wondering if I could have a word with you, sir.
Certainly. What about?
If, Mrs. Perkins wouldn't mind, I'd prefer to see you alone.
Alone? Of course.
Though I don't mind waiting until your sister-in-law's gone.
My sister?
He's referring to Adelaide.
Adelaide?
Oh, they're just about to leave, I gather.
Now, when he says they,
And Adelaide and Percy.
Back down under?
back
Down under, Sydney.
Adelaide, Percy, and Sydney.
Thanks for bringing their luggage down.
Oh, a pleasure.
I really don't think the sergeant need wait for Adelaide and Percy to leave, do you, Henry?
Oh, definitely not. Nor Sydney. Right, well, police business first. Shall we go to the kitchen, Sergeant?
Oh my God!
That'll be Fulham taxis. Just tell them to wait.
No, Bill's already here.
Who's Bill?
Fulham taxis.
Oh, brilliant.
For Adelaide and Percy.
Ah, yes.
It'll be Vic and Betty Johnson.
Just get rid of them.
But we've invited them to your birthday dinner.
Tell them to leave their present and go. I have decided to have the wife to myself this evening. Well, it's It's my birthday after all, isn't it? Not Vic's. They'll understand. Tell them we're going to bed. After I've satisfied the sergeant, of course. When I say satisfied the sergeant, after I've answered the sergeant's questions. After you, Sergeant.
Henry, I can't cope.
Yes, you can.
No, I can't.
You can. She can. She just thinks she can't.
Perhaps it would be better, sir, if you answer the door and I'll wait for you in the kitchen.
That's a good idea.
Yes, all right. It shouldn't take a moment.
No, and by the time you've seen your friends off, your in-laws might have gone too.
Oh, yes, Adelaide and Percy. Yes, they're all packed and ready to go.
Well, make it snappy as you can, Mr. Perkins. I do have a line of inquiry to follow.
Oh, of course. Put the kettle on for a cuppa, will you? Sorry?
Henry, you said the man wouldn't go.
Oh, what man wouldn't go where?
The man who's got your briefcase. You said he wouldn't contact the police.
We don't know that he called about the briefcase.
Of course it's about the briefcase. Why do you think he wants to see you alone?
Look, possession is 9/10 of the law. No one can prove these aren't my savings.
£1,735,000.
I've been frugal.
God, I need a double brandy.
You don't drink?
I'm starting now. Henry, you'll have to tell the truth.
Oh, you're one to talk. What with Adelaide and Sydney on the way to Percy?
It's Adelaide and Percy on their way to Sydney.
Oh, whatever.
Oh, God, this is awful stuff. Henry!
That'll be Vic and Betty. Get a grip on yourself, Jean. This is the happiest day of our lives. I'm very sorry, but the dinner's off, but...
Oh, clock's ticking, you know.
The clock?
Taxi on the meter.
Oh, are you Ben?
I'm Ben. Are you Mr. Perkins?
I am indeed. Take that suitcase.
But Henry, what about the policeman?
I'll deal with it.
Policeman?
Will you please just wait outside? And you wait with him.
I'm not going.
Yes, you are.
Oh, no, she isn't. Her sister is.
I want you to see her sister off. Now, just take that case and go.
No, you leave that case right where it is. Henry, you're not thinking straight.
Jean, do as you're told and stop drinking.
Yeah, why don't you let her sister sort out her own suitcase?
Will you please just wait outside? Oh, and what terminal is it?
What?
British Airways to Barcelona.
What has that got to do with your sister-in-law flying off to Sydney?
Never mind. How long will it take us to get there?
About 24 hours, I imagine.
To get to London Airport?
Yeah, at this rate, about 24 hours.
Oh, wait outside. And you wait with him.
I can't do it, Henry. You'll have to leave without me.
I'm doing no such thing.
If I just go off like this, I'll be a nervous wreck. It's driven me to drink already.
How many more times? Monday morning, Mr. Nasty will call at the office and get my address. Then Mr. Nasty will come round, and if you're still here, Mr. Nasty will jump all over your body, then Mr. Nasty will cut you up into very tiny pieces and bury you in cement.
And that'll be all thanks to you.
Oh, you silly woman!
Excuse me.
You silly woman! You silly woman now! Isn't she a silly woman mixing her drinks like this?
I was wondering if he was ready to join me.
I am indeed. After you?
Well, they've all gone then, have they?
Who's that?
Your wife's sister and her husband.
Oh, yes, Mr. and Mrs.
Adelaide and Percy.
Yes, I know it's Adelaide and Percy. It's Percy's second name that's slipping my mind. Brown, yes, Percy Brown, of course. What were you asking me, Sergeant?
I was asking if Mr. and Mrs. Brown had left for the airport.
No, not quite, no.
Oh, my God.
Oh, you're a bundle of nerves, Jean. It's only Vic and Betty. You know what to tell them. You're giving me my birthday present in bed.
Henry?
Oh, she's such a jumpy bundle of nerves. I hope this doesn't affect my birthday present.
Betty!
I say, we, that damn poor husband of mine's round the corner arguing.
Arguing?
We had a taxi parked on the side street.
A taxi?
Well, Vic said it should have been parked there without any lights on, and this little taxi driver's really upset.
Yes, that's Bill.
Well, Bill called Vic a prat, and Vic offered to alter the shape of Bill's nose.
Betty, it's terrible. Henry's gone mad, and he's in the kitchen with the policeman.
Are we missing a couple sentences?
He's stolen £1,735,000.
Who has?
Henry!
Henry. has stolen £1,700,000.
£1,735,000, yes. It's true. He picked up the wrong briefcase. He went to the pub. He saw all this money, and then he sat on the loo, overcome.
Whole paragraphs seem to be disappearing now.
He's booked us on the 9:15 to Barcelona, and if I don't like it there, he'll buy barley for me.
Jean, you haven't taken up drinking, have you?
Only since Henry came home. Oh, Betty, I don't know what to do, and now the police have caught up with him.
Oh, Jean, you're imagining all of this. Henry couldn't have possibly stolen £1,735,000. You sly old bugger, Henry.
What the hell am I going to do?
I'd take Bolly.
Oh, that silly little bugger is sending for the police!
Silly little bugger.
Oh, the police!
Hi, Jean. Yes, he says he's waiting to take your sister to London Airport. Do you mind if I pour myself a drink?
Oh, I think I need one of those. So does Jean.
Jean, she doesn't drink.
Oh, she does now, Brandy.
What was that about the police?
That stupid cab driver is trying to call them on that radio thing of his. Says that I threatened him.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
well, you did. I didn't know you got a sister.
I haven't. He's waiting to take us to the airport.
To the airport?
No, Vic, go and apologise.
I'm not bloody going to apologise. He called me a prat, the Burke.
Oh, go.
Where's the birthday boy?
Go and apologise. They don't need any more police running around here tonight.
I'm perfectly capable of explaining. More police?
Henry's in the kitchen being questioned by the police about a robbery.
Oh, what's he supposed to admit then?
£1,735,000.
Pounds of what?
Money. It's made him go temporarily insane.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, go on, pour the other one. I suppose he found it on a park bench, did he?
No. On a tube train.
Here.
I won't be a moment, son.
You haven't arrested, have you?
These aren't real, are they, Henry?
Jean, you shouldn't have told them.
I was hoping that Vic could talk some sense into
You
you.
were just supposed to take their present and show them the door.
Charming!
Stop drinking, will you? You're not used to it.
Never mind that. What did the sergeant say?
Yes, what happened?
Oh, well, he wasn't satisfied with my explanation.
Oh, I knew you should have taken it to the lost property office.
Tell him you were going to. Tell him that you didn't realise you picked up the wrong briefcase before you got home.
Steady on, Betty.
No, he doesn't know about the money.
What?
He does it.
No,
You said he wasn't satisfied with your explanation.
he wasn't.
Your explanation of what, for goodness sake?
Of my behaviour in the pub.
What's he talking about, Jean?
God only knows.
Well, the sergeant was having an off-duty drink in the pub, and...
The Prince of Wales.
Yes, and now he's accused me.
Accused you of what?
Soliciting
Soliciting?
men.
Oh, bloody cheek! I'll go and...
No, you're
Easy
making it
does
worse.
it, Jean.
How could you think that you were soliciting men?
Well, according to the sergeant, I entered the Prince of Wales public house in a highly emotional condition, and over the course of the next half hour, he observed me going into the gents' loo 3 times. Each time I emerged looking more and more excited. He noted that I continually glanced furtively along the saloon bar, licking my lips, perspiring profusely, and my eyes getting progressively more manic. He also noted that I was breathing heavily, my hands were shaking, and there was saliva trickling down my chin.
So would his hands be shaking if he'd just been doing what you'd been doing in the loo?
Well, I wasn't going to tell him that, was I? He followed me home from the pub.
What did you tell him?
I admitted it.
What?
I confessed.
You confessed to soliciting men?
I want to get to London Airport.
Get about as far as Brixton, you will.
No, I won't. 25,000 and he never saw a thing.
Henry, you can't bribe a police officer.
I offered 10, he asked for 30, we settled on 25.
What's all this about London Airport?
No, it doesn't matter, Vic.
Oh, I need another drink.
I think we all do, Jean.
Yes, anything to kill the pain.
That was all around, Vic.
I just can't believe this is my Henry.
Oh, it's an eye-opener, all right.
He's only been home 5 minutes and he's admitted to soliciting, bribed a policeman, and bought bloody Bolly.
And you're married to him, you lucky devil.
Oh my God!
If it's that little squirt of a taxi driver.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Vic.
I can't move my taxi, you know that?
You are a very silly, insignificant little man.
Vic, that's not a very nice way to talk.
Yes, bloody rude, you Bert.
Oh, what do you mean your taxi won't move?
That twit banged my bumper, didn't he? Now my back wheel is jammed up against my bumper, and now my bloody taxi won't move, will it?
Oh, would you believe it? He insists on counting it. Ah, Ben!
Bill.
Yes, sorry, Bill. Prepare to hit the track for Heathrow.
But what about our dinner?
I'm not hitting the tracks for anywhere. That long streak has pranked my car.
Oh, watch it, Shorty.
Now, can't you get your taxi to start?
I can get it to start. I can't get it to move.
We'll give you a hand to straighten out your bumper.
Oh, thanks, Betty.
I bloody won't.
Well, Henry and Jean need to get to London Airport, never mind why.
Oh, Betty, you keep out of this.
It's Mrs. Perkins' sister, actually.
Jean hasn't got it.
Vic, now go on, no time to lose.
But he phoned the police about me.
The police?
No, I didn't, you prat. I couldn't get through, so I thought I'd just forget it.
Well, that's more like it then. I'll give you a hand to fix your bloody bumper.
You see, he's quite a nice man, really.
No, I'm not. I'm a prat.
And you better tell your in-laws to get their skates on.
Oh, didn't we tell you, Bill? Look, the in-laws aren't going.
Aren't they?
No, the outlaws are going instead. Right, no more ifs and buts. Fate is shining down on us today, my girl. You get your coat.
Oh, I just can't get my thoughts sorted out.
I'll sort them out on the airplane. Right, I'll take this. You take that. Do not let that out of your sight. Go and wait in the taxi for me.
But where are you going?
To see if the sergeant's finished counting his £25,000.
I preferred it when you were a bit of a wimp. Oh my God!
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You gave me a shock.
Are you Mrs. Perkins?
Why?
May I come in, please?
Well, I was just, what is it about? Are you selling something?
No, madam.
Oh, what can I do for you? It's a bit late to be calling, isn't it?
Detective Sergeant Slater, madam.
Detective, are you a police officer?
Yes, madam. Putney, CID.
Putney?
Yes, madam.
Not Fulham.
No, madam. Perhaps you'd better sit down.
No, I think I'd rather stand. Is it to do with Mr. Perkins?
Yes, madam. Perhaps you had better sit down.
Well, what exactly do you want to see my husband about?
Well, it's actually you I've called to see, Mrs. Perkins.
Me?
Yes, madam. I'm afraid I have some rather disturbing news for you.
Have you?
Yes, well, you were probably wondering why your husband isn't home.
Well, at first I was, yes.
We have every reason to believe that, Mr. Henry Perkins is dead.
Mr. Perkins is dead?
Yes, madam, that's why I'm here. A formal identification of the body will be required.
No, listen, Mr. Perkins, my husband, I think there's been a mistake.
I'm sorry, madam. Could I make you a cup of tea?
Tea?
Yes, where's your kitchen?
Oh, no, I'd like you to, what makes you think Henry is dead?
2 bullet wounds in the back of the head. And we found his body in the river at Putney Bridge. All his legs were tied together.
His legs?
And his arms.
His arms?
Yes, and I'm afraid that, yes, weights were attached to his ankles.
Oh, so it wasn't an accident, then?
I'm so sorry, Mrs. Perkins. Can I make you a cup of tea?
No tea. Thank you.
Well, perhaps something stronger then, under the circumstances. Do you drink?
Yes, very heavily. Help yourself.
Oh, I couldn't possibly, Mrs. Perkins. I am on duty.
Make mine a double, then. Thank you. What precisely makes you think that the body is my Henry?
Well, although he had no personal identification upon his person, he was found clutching his briefcase.
His, briefcase?
Is this your husband's briefcase, Mrs. Perkins?
Well, it looks like it. Oh, it's wet.
It's been in the river.
Yes.
Well, you can open it. Are these your husband's personal effects, Mrs. Perkins?
They would appear to be,
And
yes.
your husband, he worked as an accountant at Bodley and Crouch, is that correct?
Yes, in the city.
64 Fenchurch Street, I believe. Yes, we did find various office memos, papers, that sort of thing, with his name on it, Henry A. Perkins. Is that your husband's full name?
Yes, Henry A. Perkins, Henry Alfred.
And we did also find a personal telephone book.
Oh, yes, that's Henry's.
Oh, and, well, half a sandwich.
Sandwich.
Cheese and chutney, I think.
Yes, he sometimes left that one.
So a formal identification is required.
No, that's definitely cheese and chutney.
Of the body.
Oh.
Although there is no doubt that it is Mr. Perkins.
Oh.
We can take my car. It's only 10 minutes. Putney Hospital.
Putney Hospital?
Yes, madam. He's in the mortuary there. Should I wait for you while you get your handbag?
No. I think I'd rather you wait in your car for a second.
Are you all right, Mrs. Perkins? You seem a little groggy.
Well, yes, if your husband's been trussed and waited.
Yes, madam. Is there somebody else in the house?
Oh, what?
Someone to look after you?
Well, yes, I've got my sister staying.
Oh, sister! Oh, that's good.
Yes, Adelaide. They're upstairs. She and her husband, Adelaide and Percy.
Oh, good. Well, they can look after you then.
Yes.
Well, I will wait in my car for you while you tell your sister the sad news about your husband.
Would you believe it? 150 short.
Oh, yes. Good Lord. This woman is a police officer.
A police? Oh, from Bob.
Putney, actually.
Putney.
Yes, sir. Detective Sergeant Slater.
She's brought some very disturbing news. I don't think I know how to handle it.
Well, why don't you just sit down, Jean?
No, I'm better standing. I can get the drinks.
Well, what seems to be the trouble, Sergeant? I'm Mr. Perkins.
Oh, you're Mr. Perkins.
The very same.
Are you a relative, sir?
Relative of who?
Well, Henry Alfred Perkins.
I am.
Yes, he is. He's a relative. He's Henry's brother.
Henry's brother.
Yes, this is my poor Henry's brother.
Well, I'm afraid I have a bit of a shock for you, sir.
Yes, I was beginning to think you might have.
Shall I tell him, or do you want to?
I think it's going to be a shock, whoever tells him.
I'm afraid, Mr. Perkins, we have every reason to believe that Mr. Henry Alfred Perkins is dead.
Yes, that is a shock, all right.
Yes, he's been murdered.
Has he?
Yes, we found his body at the river at Putney Bridge.
Foul play!
Yes.
He had 2 bullets in the back of his head and he's been trussed up and weighted down.
Yes, that is foul play, isn't it? How exactly? Why exactly?
All he had with him was his briefcase.
His what?
Is this your brother's briefcase, Mr. Perkins?
Oh, yes, that certainly looks like poor old Henry.
It's all wet.
Oh, dear.
So, a formal identification of the body will be required, I'm afraid.
The body, yes, that'll be nasty, very nasty.
Henry!
No, you can't call Henry back, Jean. If Henry's gone to heaven, Henry's gone to heaven. You'll have to rely on me now, Henry's little brother, Freddie. You'll have to excuse my wife. You'll have to excuse my wife, but I don't know where she's gotten to at the moment. I know she'd like to be here in this moment of family bereavement, but, well, you know Jean Aviv, yes, that's the wife. She must be upstairs resting before we depart for Sydney. Yes, Jean Aviv, that's the wife, and I, we've been over here on holiday. It makes a bit of a change from the old farm back home. Not so many sheep here in Fulham. Well, poor old Henry. Gonna be a hell of a shock for Genevieve.
Yes, and we'll have to tell Adelaide and Percy as well, Freddie.
Yes, them too. Well, this puts the family plans right up the spout, doesn't it? Tell you what, Sergeant, I think we could all do with a cup of tea. Why don't you wait in the kitchen, in the dining room? Wait in the dining room.
Yeah, well, a cup of tea would certainly do Mrs. Perkins very well. You might want to put a spot of whiskey in hers.
Oh, make it a double.
Well, one bright spot, Mrs. Perkins, is that so many of your family members were here at this time.
That is a comfort, yes.
Oi, I'm waiting. 150?
That's my other brother. Oh. Yes. That's Archie, yes. Archie's waiting in the kitchen for me to come back and finish playing darts. So, 150. Oh, Archie's good.
Henry.
No use calling to him, Jean.
Henry.
No, it's me, Freddie Perkins. She just can't accept he's gone, you see. Yes, Henry's dead, but Freddie and Genevieve will look after you.
Oh, what are we going to do?
We're going to pray. That's what we're going to do. We're going to pray very, very hard. For Henry. Yes, well, tell you what, Sergeant, why don't you wait in the dining room while Mrs. Perkins and I make the tea? We'll break the sad news to Archie.
Oh, God.
And Archie, well, he'll tell Percy and Adelaide.
Oh, God.
And Percy and Adelaide, well, they'll tell old Genevieve.
Oh, God.
Yeah, don't worry about a thing. You don't have to tell anyone.
This is catastrophic.
Oh, it's nothing of the sort. It's a double bonus.
A double bonus.
Well, if Henry Perkins has been shot, trussed, and drowned, then no one will come looking for him, living the life of luxury in the foothills of Barcelona.
What's the other bonus?
Well, as it's Mr. Nasty who's been shot, trussed, and drowned, Mr. Nasty can't come after us.
No, but whoever did the shooting, trussing, and drowning can.
Oh, you always look on the black side of things, Gene. Right, first let's deal with Brother Archie.
Brother Archie?
Oh, Sergeant Davenport, the bent copper, he's 150 pounds short. Where's my briefcase?
Henry, you should have told the truth from the beginning.
You know, you keep saying that, but first you invented Percy and Adelaide, and then made me Freddie with a dead brother Henry.
Hello? What? I can't follow what you're saying.
Who is it?
I don't know. He's foreign.
Foreign? Hello? Well, could you speak English, please? Listen, if this is some kind of an obscene phone call... What? What? He keeps saying breath curse?
Breath curse?
Breath curse, breath curse.
Briefcase.
What?
He's saying briefcase.
Sorry, wrong number.
That must be Mr. Big.
Mr. Big?
The one who's done away with Mr. Nasty.
Well, how the hell did he get our telephone number?
How do you think? From your bloody birth curse.
Sergeant Slayer's got that.
But who had it first? Mr. Nasty delivered your briefcase to Mr. Big. Mr. Big opens it expecting to find £1,735,000. Instead of which, he sees a cheese and chutney sandwich and your telephone book.
Oh, you're right. That is what must have happened.
You're right.
Ah, Vic!
Oh, we fixed Bill's bumper.
Oh, great! Come on!
Come on, where to?
To London Airport, for God's sake!
You can't go now.
Now's a damn good time, if you ask me.
I can't go either. That other police sergeant's waiting for me.
What other police sergeant?
Never mind, Vic.
We've got one in the kitchen and one in the dining room.
One in the kitchen and one in
Never mind, Vic.
I've got to go to the mortuary.
the mortuary.
Vic! You're coming to Barcelona with me! Right, here, give the one in the kitchen his £150.
I thought it was 25,000.
It is 25,000. He's 150 short. Just give it to him, will
But
you?
then who's going to identify the dead body?
Dead body?
Vic!
What dead body?
Mr. Nasty's been found in the river. His arms and legs tied together with rope, weights around his ankles, and 2 gaping bullet wounds in the back of his head.
Gene, you are not the news of the world. Vic, go in the kitchen, give the sergeant his £150, then you get Betty, and you go home as fast as you can. You were never here this evening, you haven't seen anything, you don't know anything.
Oh, you can say that again.
I'll get your coat. Don't answer it.
I wasn't going to. Why aren't you answering it?
It's him.
Who?
Mr. Nasty.
I thought Mr. Nasty was in the river.
It's Mr. Big.
Oh, yes, sorry, I meant Mr. Big.
Who?
Mr. Brevcurse.
Who?
He's foreign.
Who is?
Mr. Briefcase.
Who the hell's Mr. Briefcase? How the hell did Mr. Briefcase get your telephone number?
Via my cheese and chutney sandwich. Never mind, Vic.
Oh, I knew this would happen.
Oh, don't start that
Yes, he
again.
does it. Oh, I'll get her a brand.
Oh, don't give her any more, for God's sake.
Oh, Bill's waiting. What's the matter, Jean?
Oh, she's hysterical.
He's drunk.
That too.
Hello?
No! Betty!
Burgers?
Put that down!
Well, that wasn't very nice.
You don't have to be nice to Mr. Nasty.
I thought Mr. Nasty had been trussed away.
Oh, yes, sorry, I meant Mr. Big.
Who's Mr. Big?
The one who trussed away Mr. Nasty.
Mr. Briefcase.
Bloody hell, what's exactly happened to Mr. Nasty?
Mr. Big put him in the river.
Gene!
Mr. Big, put him in the
2 bullets in the back of his head.
Good God.
you'll give him back his money.
No way!
Besides, it's 25,000 short now.
Yes, I'll probably get kneecapped just for that.
Offer to pay the 25 back.
Oh, what, over the next 25 years?
He'll understand. Just tell him you'll give it back.
She's right, old man. It's all getting a bit hot now. What with a dead body, 2 police forces, and a foreign Mr. Broadcurse. Well done.
Thank God.
Ooh, Mr. Big won't like that.
Well, good for you, Henry.
Betty?
Betty, this is between Henry and Mr. Big.
Look, I've been given this opportunity and I'm grabbing it with both hands.
Betty, give Henry his present. Thanks for a lovely evening. Oh, and a delicious dinner.
We haven't had dinner.
Oh, good. We'll get a takeaway on the way home and watch telly.
Watch the telly. We've got news at 10 for real here.
Betty, go with Vic. You've got to get home, for God's sake.
You seem to be taking... Perkins residence.
Oh.
Pardon? Anybody here called Broadcurse?
No, don't think so, no.
You get in touch with Directory Inquiries. I don't believe we've met, Mum. Detective Sergeant Davenport, Fulham CID.
Oh, yes, I've heard about you.
All good, I hope.
Patchy.
Yes. I was expecting you back in the kitchen, Mr. Perkins, with the rest of your charitable contribution.
Of course. Oh, no, he just went out with it. Wait in the kitchen, I'll get you some more.
Oh, you must have quite a stash of cash in the way, Mr. Perkins.
Nothing of the sort.
All right, I'm still waiting.
Ah, Ben.
It's Bill, and somebody's going to get a bloody big one at the end of today. Now, is your sister and her husband coming or not?
Nobody's coming.
Yes, they are. Just wait outside, will you?
How long for?
For as long as it takes.
Well, listen, I'm not hanging about here much longer. 5 minutes and I'm off.
There'll be less than 5 minutes. Here, take this suitcase.
Just the one.
Yes?
And the both of them came all the way over here from Australia.
Yes?
What are your in-laws, nudists?
Oh, damn taxi drivers.
He has got a point, though, doesn't he? I mean, 2 people round the world trip, 1 suitcase. Ah, Mr. and Mrs. Brown, nudist Mrs. Perkins.
Oh, only when they take their clothes off.
Mrs. Perkins is getting upset.
Mrs. Perkins is getting drunk,
She's not used to drink.
but she's learning fast.
It's just that her and Adelaide are so close, and, well, Australia's such a long ways away.
Now, I somehow thought maybe it was you and Mrs. Perkins who were planning this little trip abroad.
Ah, so no, we don't want to go abroad, do we, Jean?
I bloody don't. Cheers.
No, we're staying here. It's Mr. and Mrs. Brown who are flying back to Sydney, back to the sheep farm and the jolly old clippers.
Well, where are they then? Your in-laws.
Mr. and Mrs. Brown, Percy and Adelaide. Well,
Percy's outside, isn't he, Henry?
Oh, I'd forgotten you were still here. Yes, thank you. Percy is outside. And
And I'm Adelaide, our Jean's sister from Sydney.
yes!
Sister from Sydney.
She's been like that all day. Oh, she'll be inconsolable when you've left, Adelaide. Well, there you are, Sergeant. You've met Mrs. Brown.
And what about Mr. Brown?
Look, I've been waiting for you outside.
Oh, talk of the devil, the ferryman. You mentioned his name, and lo and behold, we were just talking about you, me old bluey sport.
Bluey Sport?
Yes, we were, me old cobblers. Me and the gentleman from the kitchen. Yes, here we are. This should make up the shortfall. 25 foul. Be careful how you cross the road.
You have a safe journey then, Mr. Brown.
Mr. Brown!
He's a bit deaf.
Deaf?
Yes, dear, we know. He said have a safe journey.
Oh, thanks.
After you, Mrs. Brown.
Mrs. Brown.
Come on, Percy.
Yes. Yeah, you're not hearing straight yet, but you will after the operation. Oh, it's been such a lovely visit.
Is Jean still in a bit of a state?
Yes, she is.
Jean is upstairs and she's very, very upset about us leaving.
Oh, maybe we should stay there.
Oh, don't be daft. You've got to get back to the farm.
The farm?
The farm.
Sydney!
Yeah, pleased to meet you.
Oh, I can see this farewell will be a bit prolonged. You best lead us to it.
Yes, right. Thanks, Mr. Perkins. It's been a most, rewarding little visit.
A pleasure.
I hope you find your sheep in good shape.
Very good. Oh, thank God he's gone.
Does anyone mind if I go out and come back in again?
Oh, it doesn't matter, Vic. Jean, we're off!
Excuse me, Mr. Perkins, I think you said something about a cup of tea.
You're new around here, aren't you?
Yes, I'm so sorry. Tea is on the way. This woman's from the dining room.
Nice to meet you.
Bloody hell, Betty, let's get out of here while we're still reasonably sane.
Oh, Jean, what the hell are you up to?
I'm getting a glass of hot milk and several aspirins.
You'll make yourself ill. You've been drinking.
Oh, good idea.
And what the hell are you doing in your PJs?
I'm going to bed. Oh, someone's been at my brandy.
Jean, you've got two choices and bed isn't one of them.
What are two choices?
Barcelona or the mortuary?
I shall take Barcelona.
Will you stop trying to run my life for me?
Well, you obviously don't know which direction to take. Why would Jean need to go to the mortuary?
Never mind.
Because Sergeant Slater thinks that Mr. Nasty's body is Henry.
What? Does Vic know about this added complication?
God knows what Vic knows, but don't confuse him anymore.
Oh, Betty, are you coming home or not?
I'm trying to sort out these two.
These two don't need sorting out. He's going to Barcelona with Bill, and I'm going to bed with booze.
It's Barcelona with me or Sergeant Slater with dead Mr. Nasty.
Why don't you walk out of the door in this place and you come back here in cuckoo land?
Vic, please, go home.
Yes, the happy birthday celebrations are over.
Jean, you're well on your way to getting sloshed.
Betty, I've already arrived. I'm getting an aspirin, and I'm sleeping in the spare bedroom.
You're sleeping in Barcelona with me.
You find yourself a bull and sleep with that.
Jean?
Thanks, Vic.
Vic, even with a satellite dish, you couldn't get better than this.
If Jean makes us miss that airplane...
I don't think Jean's going, Henry.
Yes, she is. Now go see that taxi driver. Make sure he hasn't shoved off.
No, I'm getting Betty and taking her home.
I'll get Betty. You go and see Ben.
It's Bill.
Bill, Ben, whoever the hell he is, just give him a £50 note and tell him he's not to leave without us.
Right. Where's Mr. Perkins then?
No.
We weren't expecting you back, Sergeant.
Oh, is that why you're looking so guilty?
Guilty? Us? Oh, no, we're not looking guilty, are we, Percy?
No, I don't think so, Henry.
No, we're just sitting here, aren't we, Percy?
Yes, that's right, Henry. Relaxing.
Yes, on the settee, under the blanket, having a little bit of
A little what, Mr. Perkins?
well, you know.
No, I don't know, Mr. Perkins.
Well, we know, don't we, Percy?
Know what?
What we're doing here, on the settee, under the blanket.
Oh, I see.
Well, I don't.
Oh, it's all right, Percy. He knows what you get up to on the farm when you're away from home for weeks on end with no company but your sheep.
Oh, no!
Yes.
You're having quite a busy evening, Mr. Perkins.
Oh, yes, it's been my lucky evening, hasn't it? Is there something we can do for you, Sergeant? We are in a bit of a hurry.
Oh, was that a fact now?
Yes, it is. Mr. Brown is very eager to get on that airplane.
Is that a new position, is it?
No! Is there some way we can be of assistance, Sergeant?
Well, I'm not quite sure, Mr. Perkins. I'm still trying to piece it all together.
Oh, you don't want to do that, now does he, Percy?
No, definitely not.
Oh, I've actually returned to tell you about your taxi driver, Mr. Brown.
Bill?
Well, he's driven off.
Driven off?
In a bit of a huff.
A huff.
You seem very worried about your brother-in-law's taxi, Mr. Perkins.
Well, I know how keen he is to get back. It's lambing season.
The lambing season?
Why is Bill driven off in a huff?
You said you'd been messing him about.
Oh, damn cheek.
You left your suitcase on the pavement, Mr. Brown.
What suitcase?
The suitcase containing the clothes belonging to you and Adelaide Percy.
Oh, that suitcase.
Yes.
Yes, you travel light because you and your wife are, nudists.
Nudists?
We've explained it's when you've got no clothes on, Percy.
Oh, God, wish I stayed in bed this morning.
I'll bring your suitcase in, Mr. Brown.
No! Don't trouble yourself. You want it left outside, don't you?
How do I know what I want?
Really, just don't bother.
Okay, suit yourself. But don't blame the police if someone nicks it. Can't trust people these days, you know. Oh, and once again, Mr. Perkins, thanks for the small contribution to the Fulham Police Charity Fund.
A pleasure.
Isn't it getting a bit steamy under that blanket?
Oh my God!
Oh, shut up, Vic. It could have been worse.
Worse, the police sergeant thinks I'm a pervert.
Just be glad he didn't make a pass at you. Right, I'll grab Jean. We're going out the back way. Give me the keys to your car.
My car? What for?
To get to London Airport. Our driver's pushed off, hasn't he?
No, I'm not giving you my car.
Well, I don't know. When do I?
I like that car.
£5,000.
Well, 10,000.
7.5.
Done.
Henry!
Oh, it's you.
Oh, she's getting quite plastered in there.
We should have taken that brandy away from her.
Oh, she's finished the brandy. She's on to the cooking sherry now.
Oh, silly woman.
Oh, she's determined to stay, Henry. She won't go first class to Barcelona or anywhere else.
First class to the Old Bailey, that's what I'm going to get.
No, maybe.
Yes, Henry's just told that bent copper he's having it off with me in here, and I'm having it off with sheep in Sydney.
Henry, why would you say a thing like that?
Seemed like a good idea at the time. Right, I'll give you your 7,500.
What's that for?
His car.
7,500. The garage said that they wouldn't even give you 500 for it.
500?
It's a seller's market.
Oh, that's brilliant, that is.
Tea ready.
Stop it.
I need more.
Maybe we should just forget about the tea. Go get your sister-in-law.
Actually, Sergeant, Mrs. Perkins is still trying to pull herself together.
How about I go make the tea, Sergeant?
Oh, that's a very good idea, Adelaide.
Adelaide?
Adelaide!
Adelaide, so you must be Mrs. Perkins' sister.
Sister!
Oh, and I guess that would make you this wife's husband, would it?
Well, I think that still holds, yes.
My husband and I are from Sydney.
Oh my God!
Well, that's a coincidence.
Why, are you from Sydney?
No, I am!
You're from Sydney?
You know I am! Me and my wife!
And I know your wife, Jean.
Aviv, Genevieve, yes!
Ah, yes, Genevieve!
No need to burst into song, Percy. I'll go make the tea.
Can I just ask a clarifying question about Genevieve?
Not now!
I suppose you all flew over from Sydney together, did you?
Oh, yes, that's right. Me and Genevieve, Percy and Adelaide. Yes.
Oh, and do you own a farm as well?
As well as what?
As well as me, Percy. There's a bit of a rivalry between us, you know, the Browns and the Perkins, in-laws. Percy being married to the sister of my brother's wife.
I understand.
Oh, do you? Oh, good.
Henry?
No, I told you not to mention his name!
Henry!
No, it's too fresh!
What's fresh, Henry?
No, Henry's not fresh, not anymore! Oh, God, he used to be so fresh! Oh, do you remember he got his face slapped a good few times, did Henry? Will you please just wait for us in the dining room?
You did tell him, didn't you?
Yes, I told him, he knows.
Told me what?
That Mr. Perkins is dead.
Oh, my God.
How do you mean dead?
I thought you said you told him.
Yes, well, I'd only gotten as far as Henry not looking quite too well.
We found his body at Putney Bridge.
Putney Bridge?
Yes, in the river.
Henry in the river?
Yes, I told you! But I'd only gotten as far as Henry not looking too well. Yes, he was trussed up and shot!
Oh, trussed up in there?
Yes!
Well, that's why he wasn't looking too well.
Not looking too well, yes. I wanted to tell Percy slowly. Yes, they identified poor Henry by the contents of his briefcase.
Oh, yes, his birth curse.
Yes. Oh, poor Henry. That's all he had on him when he passed. A diary, a few memos, and what's left of a cheese and chutney sandwich. Tragic.
Well, it's a good job that his brother-in-law was here at the time.
Oh, my God.
I thought I was the brother-in-law.
You are! So am I! You're married to Jean's sister, Adelaide, and I'm the brother of Jean's dead husband, Henry.
Oh, that's something else I know, isn't it?
Yes! Now you see why I wanted to break it to him slowly. He's never been the same since he fell off that kangaroo in Queensland. Yes! Jean has 2 brother-in-laws. You, Percy, and me. Good old reliable Freddy.
I've got it. You're good old reliable Freddy. I'm Australian Percy, and Henry's dead, yes?
Right!
And we're both brother-in-laws to Jean?
Yes!
And so's Archie.
Oh my God!
Archie?
I've forgotten about him.
Is Archie a brother-in-law as well?
Yes, not so reliable Archie.
Not so reliable Archie.
Yeah, did he fly over from Sydney as well with you?
I don't think
he's,
so.
He's from the Falkland
Manchester.
Islands.
Archie's a travelling salesman.
I suppose that's what makes him so unreliable then.
Yes,
yes.
While we're on the subject of Archie...
We're not, Percy. Archie's gone now, hoping to catch the 150.
Oh, the 150. Oh, that's Archie. The 150.
Yes.
Can I just ask 2 more questions?
No, you can't. Archie's gone now, but with any luck, he'll catch that 150, the overnight train from Euston, and he'll be in Edinburgh by morning.
Here we are.
You're back! He's back! Oh, would you look at him? He is back. The 150's probably been cancelled. Oh, he's back.
Well, I thought I shouldn't go.
Oh, and we're so glad you didn't. Isn't this terrific, Percy? Yes, terrific.
Well, I was on my way to the station.
You know, that's just what I was telling them.
And I thought, I can't leave this suitcase on the pavement.
Oh, so you came back for it. Great.
There we are. 1 suitcase.
Thank you, Archie.
Oh, my God.
I beg your pardon.
I said...
Oh, we know what you said, Percy. Oh, Archie, you're back. Oh, unreliable Archie is back.
Oh, not so unreliable after all then, yeah?
No, Archie, you haven't quite met this woman yet, have you?
No.
How'd you do?
This is Detective Sergeant Slater.
You a police officer?
I thought you'd be surprised, Archie.
Got your CID?
Put me A.
Yes, and this is Archie. Archie Perkins.
Perkins.
Yes, my brother.
Your brother.
And his brother-in-law.
His brother-in-law.
Yes. It's my...
Oh, I think it's just marvellous the way that this family's just rallied around all at the last minute.
Oh, you've got to, don't you? Now, Archie, I thought you were trying to catch the 150 to Edinburgh.
Well, I was, yes, but I'm beginning to think maybe I should stay.
Oh, no, there's no reason to do that. Now, is there, Percy?
No, definitely not. Henry. No, Freddie.
Oh, Freddie.
You've got to catch your train, Archie. And when I see you next, I'll reimburse you the cost of your ticket and all your expenses.
Oh, I don't think I'm in any kind of rush, actually. Freddie.
Yes, you are, Archie. You've got to get back on the road.
On the road?
Selling whatever it is you're selling these days.
Yeah, nah. Got the weekend off.
Well, he probably wants to stick around for the funeral.
Oh, my God.
Oh, there's a funeral, is there?
Yes, I expected Freddie had only got as far as him not looking too well.
Yes, thank you, Percy. As a matter of fact, I had. The sad truth is, Archie, Henry died.
Oh, no!
Yes.
Last time I saw him, I thought he was looking a bit pale.
No, he was drowned in the river.
Oh, my God.
Percy, spare Archie the details, please.
Oh, no. Give me all the details.
I'm afraid Mr. Perkins is dead. We pulled his body out of the river at Putney.
Oh, poor little Henry.
Yeah, apparently his legs and arms were tied together and had been shot in the back of the head.
Yeah, well, Henry always had suicidal tendencies, you know.
I'm afraid it looks like murder, Mr. Perkins. He was identified by the contents of his briefcase. Gloves, scarves, office memos.
And half a cheese and chutney sandwich.
That too.
Of course, Henry's little briefcase.
So I'm just waiting for Mrs. Perkins to recover sufficiently so she can go with me to the mortuary.
Oh, my poor bereaved sister-in-law.
Now you clearly intend to stay for the funeral, Archie.
Oh, I wouldn't miss it for the world, Freddie.
Yes. Well, Percy.
I don't think I can manage a funeral.
Yes, you stay here, Percy, while I handle Sergeant Slater and Mrs. Perkins and the mortuary. You go escort my brother Archie into the dining room.
Oh, no, I don't think that's a good idea.
Explain to him how much money he might expect to receive from poor old Henry's will.
Now, that's a very good idea.
Yes, I'll send in a quick cup of tea.
Oh, God, I hope it's not faster than the one I've had.
Come along, Percy, you can fill in all the blank spots.
Oh, no, there's no need to fill in all the blank spots, Percy.
I don't have the answer to any of the blank spots.
Just plain ignorance. Now, where were we?
Well, before the family gathering, I was waiting for Mrs. Perkins to recover. Oh, yes, and that cup of tea.
I'm going to bed.
I beg your pardon?
Where did you come from?
Well, I've been here for the past half hour, Mrs. Perkins.
This is Detective Sergeant Slater.
Pleased to meet you. I'm going to bed.
To go into bed?
You can't go to bed, you're leaving! For the mortuary.
Oh, she can't go to the mortuary dressed like that. I think she's been drinking rather heavily.
You're an excellent detective. Did you know that?
She's very upset.
Oh,
I'm going to bed with a glass of milk and half a dozen aspirins in the spare room.
She just can't bear to be in her own bed without Henry.
I don't give a bugger about Henry.
She just can't forgive Henry for suddenly dying like this and on his birthday as well.
Henry, Mr. Perkins didn't die on his birthday, did he?
Oh, yes. We never expected poor old Henry to snuff it before the candles.
Are you going to answer that?
Oh, it's the wrong number.
How do you know?
I can tell by the rings.
Hello? What? Birth curse? You've got the wrong number, mate. You were right. You should get your telephone number changed.
You know, that's a very good idea, Sergeant. Tell you what, why don't you go and make the tea? I'll go see the Mrs. Perkins.
Oh, yes, I can do that, but I really do need to get Mrs. Perkins to the mortuary.
We are dealing with human emotions here, Sergeant.
Well, I understand that, but should I get a doctor for Mrs. Perkins?
Oh, God, no. We can't fit anyone else in here.
What?
Jean, we're off!
Henry!
Henry's in the mortuary in Putney.
Henry's bloody lucky, I can tell you.
Oh, come on, what's the matter?
I'm making a right cock-up of it in there with Sergeant Davenport.
Well, I thought you were pleading ignorance.
Well, so far my pleading ignorance has cost you an extra £20,000.
20,000?
Yes, he wants 10,000 for not spilling the beans about Henry, Percy, Freddie and Archie.
Oh, what's the other 10,000 for?
5,000 apiece for not spilling the beans about the hanky-panky under the blanket.
Oh, that is outrageous! I'm not paying your 5,000 for a start!
Henry, come on.
Now, listen here. Henry! What, I'm the one who's paying? How does that make sense?
£1.7 million.
Will you shut up, Percy? He doesn't need to know that.
I'm just checking on my Percy's and they're with Freddie.
I'll get the cups.
Oh, God! Why didn't you leave the talking to me?
I thought he knew how much was in the briefcase.
You cost me an arm and a leg, you Anne!
What's happened?
Oh, I'll tell you what's happened. Your husband only blurts out how much money's in Mr. Nasty's briefcase. He was happy to settle for an extra £20,000.
I'm sorry.
You start talking about how it's easier to deal in percentages, and suddenly it's cost me 10% of £1,735,000.
Well, he did agree that was all inclusive. The original 25, your sudden death, and our hanky-panky under the blanket.
Hanky-panky under the...
Never mind. Where's Jean?
Now she's in a hopeless state. She's locked herself in the loo and she's fallen asleep.
Oh, silly woman. Right, first let's pay off Sergeant Davenport.
Right now, I was just...
Oh, it's twisted.
Stop pulling!
What can we do for you, Sergeant?
I
I was just wondering how many cups?
What?
Who's having tea?
The whole family is, except for Mrs. Perkins.
What about Archie?
Oh no, Archie's drinking nothing but champagne from now on. It's just the three of us. You're being ever so kind.
Has Mrs. Perkins not recovered sufficiently yet then?
No.
No, I'm afraid not.
Well, I was just thinking
Oh,
about
you
that.
don't have to do that.
Well, regarding Mrs. Perkins and, how much she's been drinking.
Oh yes, whole family's been worried about that.
Well, it doesn't actually have to be her.
What doesn't?
Well, to identify the body. It's not legally necessary.
Hang on.
Especially, if she's not physically or emotionally capable of doing it, and especially with all that alcohol.
Hang on. Are you saying someone else can identify Henry?
Yes, any suitable relative would be absolutely okay. You could even do it.
Oh, no. I couldn't identify Mr. Perkins.
Some other close relative, then.
Oh, no!
Well, it's not unusual for a gentleman in the bereaved family to volunteer for the job.
I never volunteer, on principle.
That's not a bad idea, Percy.
It's a very good idea, Percy.
Identify that body as Henry Perkins.
Please, Percy.
Oh, I just remembered, I can't.
Why not?
We've got to leave for Australia in 5 minutes.
Take the next flight.
And you'll be well paid, Percy.
Hey, there's no payment involved, Mr. Perkins.
There might be, for him, for Percy. Expenses.
He's only got to go to Putney.
Well, yes, but he's come all the way from Australia, hasn't he? Look, why don't you let the family discuss this? You go make the tea, and by the time you come back, we'll have this all resolved.
I've already made the tea.
Yes, but that'll be cold now. Best go and make it again.
What the...
Please, Vic, go to the mortuary.
Identify that body as Henry Perkins, definitely not.
You're being very unhelpful, Vic.
He had no right to involve us in his nefarious activities.
And I'm prepared to pay you cash.
It's not a question of... How much?
10,000.
30,000.
20.
25.
Done. Blimey, it's amazing the way it goes, isn't it?
Oh, Vic, I'm surprised at you. First car now, this. You can't take money from a friend.
He's not a friend, he's family.
Betty, quick, go upstairs, get Jean down here fast.
Yeah, she's locked herself in the loo.
Well, break down the door.
Break the door. Core, this is living.
Right, Vic, give me the keys to your car.
You give me the money first.
Oh, blimey, but you're a tough negotiator, Vic.
It's a cruel world, Henry Perkins. Now, don't forget, that's 25 for identifying the body, plus 7.5 for the car.
Yes, I know that.
Comes to 32,500.
Yes, I know that too.
Mr. Perkins,
Oh, it's you.
I'm still waiting.
Well, something's popped up.
Under the blanket was that.
No!
Oh, your secret's safe with me. Providing, of course, that I received that extra charitable donation we'd agreed on.
Oh, all right.
10% I think you said it was, Mr. Perkins?
I didn't say it. He bloody said it. Right, that's less than 25,000 you've already had.
Right, all in a good cause.
Yes, and I'll give you yours here. 32,500.
Percy's not screwing you as well, is he?
Percy's being paid for services rendered.
Ah, you cheeky thing, Percy.
Stop it!
Oh, she's caught the three of us at it now. We like to keep things in the family, don't we, Percy?
Oh, thank you, Archie.
Oh, she's a police officer, Freddie. She's seen it all, haven't you, Sergeant?
I was just wondering where you keep your cups and saucers.
In the cupboard over the sink.
Yeah, maybe we should, you all sure you want this cup of tea?
Oh, not half. First you work this.
Thank you, Archie.
You know what, maybe we should just forget about the tea.
You know what? That's a very good idea, Sergeant. Especially now that, Mr. Brown is willing to accompany you to the mortuary.
Oh, you finally decided to accept that obligation then, have you, sir?
Yes.
Thank heavens for that. Now, come on, let's get out of here.
Sergeant, could you just give me 5 minutes?
5 minutes?
Yeah, he's got his hands full at the moment.
I'm going to wait for you in the car. You're sitting in the back, mate.
Rotten devil!
only a bit of fun, Percy. Well, Mr. Perkins, it's been a real pleasure doing business with you.
Thank you.
So, Percy here was telling me that you're leaving for Barcelona.
Percy should keep his trap shut.
Oh, like I said, your secret's safe with me. You'll like it in Spain, though. You'll be really at home there.
What, full of Englishmen, you mean?
No, full of crooks.
Ah, well, crooks or no crooks, you're going to the mortuary with Sergeant Slater, I paid off Sergeant Davenport, and Barcelona, here we come. What are you doing, Vic?
Shh! I'm counting the money to make sure you haven't shortchanged me.
You're going with Henry to Barcelona.
I can't even say Barcelona.
And just give you £1,000 a week for housekeeping, aren't you, Henry?
1,000?
And you can get dressed in Vic's car.
I'm not getting Vic's car.
Well, it might not look like much, but your husband has paid $7,500 for it.
Oh yes, plus a further 25,000 to go to the mortuary.
Vic's going to the mortuary.
Yes.
Yes, that's what happens when you leave the room for 5 minutes.
Oh, well, lovely. Vic's going to the mortuary. I'm going to bed, and Henry's going to Barcelona.
Oh, put your coat on.
I don't need a coat in bed.
You're going with Henry.
Why won't anybody listen? I'm not spending the rest of my life as Mrs. Shufflebottom in Barcelona.
Oh, don't start that again.
Oh, I feel a bit woozy.
God.
Henry?
What now?
Money's all here.
Good.
Here's the keys to my car.
Thank you.
Jean, he's your husband for better or worse, richer or poorer.
Insanity wasn't on the list, was it?
Jean, you'll push me too far. I'll go by myself.
Goodbye then, Henry.
I will. I'll go by myself. On a plane, by myself to Barcelona.
I'm going to bed by myself with a bottle.
Jean, for heaven's sake, you'll regret this.
Je ne regrette rien. Oh no! Off you go. Leave me behind all alone.
Oh, bloody hell.
No, go on. You go without me.
I'm not going without you. You're staying without me. Only you can't stay here, because Mr. Big will have the place surrounded by Monday.
And with a bit of luck, I'll be sober by then.
Jean, put that down. You don't drink normally.
No, usually on all fours out of a saucer.
Are you absolutely positive you won't go?
Absolutely. Definitely.
She's not going to go, Henry.
But she can't stay here.
Well, I guess there's only one thing for it then. She'll have to stay at our place.
Your place?
With Vic and me.
Hang on!
Oh, she'll be safe with us.
Oh, you're an absolute brick, Betty.
Now, wait a minute.
It'll stop me from worrying about you if I know you're with the Johnsons.
Yes, come on.
Well, but do you have plenty of alcohol at your house?
Oh, yes.
Well, how long will I have to stay?
As long as necessary.
You can't come back here, that's for sure. They'll have a contract out on us by next week.
A contract?
Bloody hell!
Oh, and Vic, it actually might be a bit dangerous for you, Jean staying with you.
Dangerous?
Well, they might come after her, you see.
Might they?
Oh, it's all right, Vic. I won't stay long.
Now you don't have to worry about that.
No, overnight will be no trouble at all.
Right, well, we best be going then. I'll go first. Goodbye, Jean.
Goodbye, Henry.
I won't be able to make any contact with you, I'm afraid.
No.
Goodbye, Vic.
Goodbye, Henry. Have fun in Barcelona.
Yes, you have fun in the mortuary.
No, thanks.
Goodbye, Betty.
Jean, for heaven's sake, Henry needs looking after.
Then he'll have to find some other Mrs. Shufflebottom to look after him.
Oh, don't think I couldn't. Core, there must be 1,000 women who would jump at the chance to share my new life.
Name one.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
No, go on. Name one woman who would drop everything in 5 minutes' notice and fly off to Barcelona.
Oh, Betty Johnson! Well, I mean, I would. It sounds brilliant. I'd go like a shot.
You what?
Well, if you don't fancy it, and if Henry would take me.
Betty?
There is something wrong with my hearing.
I never heard of anything so immoral, Henry. Tell her where she gets off.
Betty, you get off in Barcelona.
Just a minute. What about me?
Well, you're staying at Vic's place.
Well, you go off with Betty.
Oh, it's amazing the way things turn out, isn't it?
Oh, you can change your mind, you know.
Oh, no. I don't want to spoil anybody's fun.
Well, you understand, don't you, Vic? Henry's just having a wipe around.
So am I.
Oh, it's been smashing, Vic. No complaints.
What about me?
Well, you've got Jean. I think we've done a wife swap.
Oh, I don't go in for that sort of thing.
No, maybe that's what's been missing, Vic.
I never knew you were like this, Betty.
Should have asked.
Hang on, what have you got that I haven't?
£1,735,000.
Oh, that's lovely, that is.
Actually, it's dwindling quite fast with you and that bent copper. Here, have you got an up-to-date passport?
Oh no, it's at home.
Oh, well, I'm to stop by your place on the way to the airport.
Oh, this is exciting, isn't it, Vic?
Fantastic. I just can't believe you're going off with Henry Perkins.
Well, funnily enough, my stars of the Daily Mail did say I should be expecting a change on the personal front.
Well, you look after my wife, Henry.
And you look after mine.
Oh, yes. Is there anything I need to know?
Henry snores.
Oh, wait till you hear Vic.
All right. Enough of the medical reports. Now, Sergeant Slater's waiting to take you to the mortuary. We'll drop you off at Betty's place on the way to the airport.
How very kind of you. You won't mind if I help myself to a drink before I go to bed, will you, Vic?
No, I don't know what time I'll be back from the mortuary.
I'll leave you out a sandwich.
Most kind.
No, he likes the crust taken off.
Right. We're leaving the house in a bit of a mess, Henry.
No, you could tidy up mine. It's disgusting.
All right, are we ready?
Ah, Bill! We were told you'd driven off in a huff.
Well, I realised that wasn't very professional.
Quite right.
Well, now, so, off to London Airport, right?
Oh, actually, my in-laws, well, they've gone off in a bit of a puff of smoke, I'm afraid.
They've done what?
Never mind. I'm going to London Airport.
Oh, blimey. All right, let's go.
Oh, no, in Mr. Johnson's car. But you might as well take Mrs. Perkins while you're here.
Oh, to London Airport.
No, to Clapham Common, at Mrs. Johnson's place.
Okay, so you're going to London Airport and I'm taking you to Clapham Common.
That's where I'm living now.
Right, so you and Mrs. Perkins are coming with me to Clapham.
Oh no, she's going to Clapham. I'm going to Barcelona.
Barcelona?
Yes, she's had a bit of a change on the personal front.
So you and your wife are going to Barcelona now, are you?
No, she's going to Barcelona. I'm going to mortuary with a policewoman.
Mortuary with the police?
He's had a change on the personal front too.
I'm going to Barcelona.
What, with this fella's wife?
Yes, come on.
Hold it! He's taking your wife to Barcelona,
Yes.
and your wife is going to go live with him in Clapham.
Yes.
I don't know how me and my wife missed out on this sexual revolution.
Oh, come on. Here, take this. Right, come on then, all of us.
Oh, well, if Jean's going to be by herself, I better give her my set of house keys.
Fine, put your coat on.
Somebody has stolen one of the sleeves.
Vic, you go for God's sake.
Now, I want to make sure there's no more change of plans. At this rate, I'll come home and find you waiting for me in bed.
Oh, lovely bed. Where do you keep your nighties, Betty?
No, I don't wear nighties.
Oh, don't you?
Oh, Betty!
Sorry, Vic.
Vic, please go to the mortuary. Front door, back door, and garage.
Thank you very much.
Well, I guess that's it then.
Okay. Oh, my God.
What is it?
No, this is serious.
What now?
Oh, Pussy!
Pussy?
Yes, our ginger cat!
I'd completely forgotten about Pussy.
Oh, never mind the cat, let's go.
No, where is she? One of us has got to have Pussy!
Oh, you have enough of that in Barcelona now, come on.
Betty!
Jean, where is she?
I haven't seen her all evening. I suppose Vic and I could come back tomorrow and look for her.
Mr. Big will have the place surrounded by
Oh
then!
my God, Mr. Pig!
I bet you left that cat flap open!
He wouldn't come through the cat flap, would he?
Vic!
Henry.
What now?
Betty.
Yes.
Vic.
What?
I think it's my bedtime.
Oh, God.
Oh, you're going to bed at our place, remember?
I'll trade you.
Right, so the
Oh, yes?
We said 5 minutes.
We did indeed, Sergeant. Well, come on, Percy. We've had enough hanky-panky for one day. And we've all said our fond farewells now, haven't we?
Well, I guess the mortuary's a good place as any. You know, it's funny, isn't it? Life. Well, one day you're bowling merrily along, the sun is shining, the birds are singing, and then all of a sudden, wham! No pussy!
That's quite poetic coming from Vic.
Yes, well, come on, let's get Jean into the taxi.
Oh, so don't see.
Oh, forget about Pussy. The neighbours will look after her.
You're sure?
Of course, they're always feeding her anyway.
Oh no, I couldn't eat a thing, honestly.
Jean?
Oh, somebody hit that alarm clock, please.
Excuse me, it's only that... Your telephone's ringing.
Oh, I know that. Sally, Solly, wrong number. Well, come on, what's the matter?
Is Mrs. Perkins ready yet?
Very nearly.
It's only as Mr. Johnson is about to depart, I was hoping the whole caravan was on the move.
Mrs. Perkins is coming now.
Is that Mrs. Perkins?
Yes, she's not well.
Oh, she looks bloody placid.
Yes, that too.
Yeah, well, she better not get sick in my taxi.
Could you just wait outside while we see you to Mrs. Perkins?
And she's still going to Clapham?
Yes.
Just checking.
344 Clapham Road.
And that's your place?
Yes.
And you're still going with him to Barcelona?
That's nothing to do with you.
But we are stopping in Clapham on the way to London Airport.
I know that.
Well, you know, Clapham isn't exactly on the way to London Airport.
Mrs. Johnson and I are making a diversion.
Oh, is that what you call it now?
Oh, get out!
Come on then, Henry.
Right.
Help me. 1, 2.
Up you go, Jean.
Am I coming or going?
You're going.
Oh, wait!
Oh no, you don't have a dog as well as a cat, have you?
No, it's just I've just realised.
What?
Well, under the circumstances,
What?
we ought to split the cash.
Split it?
Well, between us. You, me, Vic and Jean. Ah, there's my briefcase.
Henry, that's jelly generous.
No, Jean, I thought you didn't want any of his ill-gotten gains.
That's when he was taking me. Now he's taking you.
Well, it's only fair, Betty. 50-50, half each.
Well, make it quick, for goodness sake.
Oh, somebody hit that alarm clock.
Leave it!
But what if it's Mr. Big again?
All the more reason to leave it.
Excuse me.
Oh, shit, right.
I don't know if anybody cares, but the meter now reads 37.50, and so far the bloody taxi hasn't moved 1 bloody inch. Hello? No, nobody called Burfkirst here. No, this is Perkins, 42 Elgate.
No! You've given our address to Mr. Big!
Who's Mr. Big?
Mr. Burfkirst.
Hey, who's Mr. Burfkirst?
Never mind. Betty, get in the car, start the engine. You get in the taxi.
Oh, thank God for that.
No, wait! Don't get in the taxi.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Well, we've still got to halve the you-know-what.
What do you mean, have the you-know-what?
We'll never get to Barcelona at this rate.
Hey, by the way, when did you elbow Sydney for Barcelona?
Never mind.
Come on, Jean, we'll sort out our finances on the way to Clapham.
Oh, great idea, Betty. We don't need that taxi after all.
Oh, bloody hell.
Betty, get Jean in the car.
Hey.
What now?
37.50.
Oh, God.
Plus tip.
It'll have to be a £50 note. That's all I've got.
Smashing. I don't carry any change.
Oh, if we miss that airplane, it'll be all thanks to you. Ah!
God almighty!
What's all the noise?
Gordon Bennett!
What's happened?
Does anyone fancy a cheese and chutney sandwich?
That's your briefcase!
Oh, Henry.
I don't mind a cheese and chutney sandwich.
Henry, what's happened?
Oh, I'll tell you what's happened. Your husband's gone off with Sergeant Slater, who's clutching a briefcase containing £1,735,000.
Whoa!
That's it. We've had it. We've lost the lot.
Henry, I'm so sorry.
I had it all. Barcelona, Bali, bloody wife swapping.
Is that who Thomas Cooks?
That's it. It's back to the office on Monday.
I don't know why, but I suddenly feel very sober.
Henry, what are you going to tell Mr. Big?
Oh, my God.
I know, right?
Henry!
Vic!
Oh, Henry!
You haven't gone. Where's Sergeant Slater?
I thought you went to the mortuary.
You're not going to believe this.
To identify a dead body.
Yes, I just have. We ran over their cat.
Henry! What, Jean?
I'll give him a hand. Well, let me ask, is it a lot squished or a little squished?
I'm sorry, Henry.
It's all right, Vic.
It ran under the sergeant's car.
It could have happened to anyone. Where's the briefcase?
I'm sure it was painless. The briefcase.
With the money.
Isn't that it?
That's mine.
That's sure. You mean that's the cheese and chutney one?
Yes, the sergeant must have picked up the wrong briefcase by mistake.
Oh, jeez.
Well, where is she?
Out there digging a hole for the cat.
Well, come on, we've got to find some way to switch them back.
It's all right.
Sergeant Slater!
She's just dazed.
I beg your pardon?
Mrs. Perkins' cat stunned, that's all.
Oh, that's wonderful. Isn't that wonderful, Percy?
Yes, it would have been tragic. Poor Jean losing her husband and her pussy in one go.
Come on, Mr. Brown, let's get going.
Oh, do you know what, Sergeant?
What?
Well, we never had that cup of tea.
I don't want a cup of tea.
Oh, don't be daft. You sit down. You haven't had a break all evening.
I don't want a break, Mr. Perkins. I want to take my leave of 42 Elgar Avenue.
But a cup of tea really would do you a load of good.
I don't want a cup of tea. I've waited over an hour for one, and I have been very patient with you.
Oh, you certainly have.
And I've been very patient with the very, very many members of your large family.
And the many members will remember that. Now, why don't you let me relieve you?
I don't want to be relieved.
Oh, well, that is a relief. Oh, no.
Look, I can well understand the distress that the death of Mr. Perkins has caused this family, but I must now insist that Mr. Brown accompany me to the mortuary.
Oh, all right. You just had to ask, Sergeant. Mr. Brown's patiently awaiting your pleasure.
Mr. Brown, you are required to accompany me to the mortuary to identify the body of a Mr. Henry Perkins.
After this, anything will be a relief.
Well, off we go, Sergeant Slater. Mr. Brown.
Thank goodness! Pussy's all right, Henry.
Did you hear that, Henry? Pussy's all right.
Let's just go!
Oh, you were brilliant, man. We got the money back.
I'm more worried about the cat.
Well, I'm hobbing in with you.
Carving the cat?
Vic.
Bill's looking after her at the moment. She's got a little bump, but that's all.
Oh, great.
Oh, you won't mind Pussy coming to live with us, will you, Vic?
I've given up minding about anything.
Well, come on then.
I'll just go get Pussy's cat box, Vic.
Cat box, horse box, please yourself.
And I'll bring some cat food.
Jean, there isn't any time. Mr. Big has her address. He'll be coming round here.
Mr. Big has your address?
Yes.
When did that happen?
7 3/4 minutes ago, Vic. It doesn't matter when it happened. He's coming.
Oh my God. Gene, don't forget about it, Captain. I've got food at my place. Chicken, turkey, lasagna.
You haven't got flea powder.
Oh, forget the flea powder.
Henry!
Betty, we got the money back.
Oh, you clever fellow, Henry!
Boy, you're not in Barcelona yet.
Well, Betty, I'm going to go get Jean. We're dropping off at your place, remember? Don't leave without me, Mrs. Shufflebottom.
If you'll excuse me, I have an appointment at the mortuary.
That's it. That's bloody it. I have waited long enough for you, Mr. Brown.
I'm coming.
So's bloody Christmas.
Yes, I'm ready.
Too late, mate. Where's your sister-in-law?
Macclesfield, why?
She means Jean.
Of course I mean Jean. Your mad sister, the mad widow. And the mad widow's coming with me to the mortuary whether she likes it or not.
No, I want to do that. I like dead bodies.
Oh, now Jean can't find the cat box.
Forget the cat. You tell Mrs. Perkins that she is going with me whether she likes it or not.
Oh, no, you got that a bit wrong, Sergeant. It's Mr. Brown who'll be coming.
Mr. Brown's as nutty as the rest of the people in this family.
Well, that's as may be, but Mr. Brown will accompany you to the
You tell Mrs. Perkins that she had better get ready to go to this mortuary, and I don't care if the sight of blood or her husband's horribly mutilated body gives her the screaming outcries. You tell your sister if she's not in my car, in 1 minute I will have her arrested.
But Mrs. Perkins is in no condition.
You shut up, and you shut off, and you shut yourself right up, you bloody sheep in Sydney.
She seemed quite pleasant when she first arrived.
That's twice she's done that.
Oh, Henry.
Oh, that's it. Sergeant Slater will find the money, Mr. Big will find us, and we'll find ourselves in the mortuary with Mr. Nasty.
Come on. If the sergeant's waiting on Jean, can't you think of some brilliant way to switch up the briefcases?
Oh, we brilliantly switched them once before. And now she's brilliantly switched them back again.
Oh, it's all right for you. You've made off with £32,500.
You made off with my car.
Oh, which I can sell for £500. Thank you.
Look, we still need to clear off before Mr. Big arrives.
Well, where could
definitely.
Jean and I go? We're broke.
Oh, you could just stay with us.
Hang on.
Oh, I'll go get Jean. Oh, Henry, I'm so disappointed about you, me, Barcelona.
Oh, me too, Betty.
Do you think we could have the same arrangement in Clapham, Vic?
Definitely not.
Oh, maybe once a year on your birthday, Henry.
What has come over Betty?
Betty, wait! It's my birthday today!
Henry!
Oh, come on, once in a lifetime. Sergeant Slater!
That taxi driver just reversed into my car,
Oh, that's awful.
which caused my car to reverse into a pedestrian.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, is it serious?
He's been hit by a bloody motor vehicle. Of course it's serious.
Would you mind if I just
No,
leave you?
I wouldn't. And if you come anywhere near me, so help me, you will join your brother on the bloody slab in that mortuary.
Oh, point taken.
Now, I've sent for an ambulance and I'll have to wait to sort out all this mess.
Does anyone mind if I left for Australia?
You stay put.
No, of course.
And you tell Mrs. Perkins that she'd better be ready to go once I've ascertained the injuries of this fellow.
Could I just relieve
No, you couldn't. Now, where does Mrs. Perkins keep her first aid kit?
In the bathroom cabinet. Oh, Sergeant!
What?
Could I just come upstairs and relieve you?
You couldn't.
Sergeant! Catch!
Crazy. All bloody crazy.
Oh, you were bloody brilliant! I love you! That's twice you've done that for me!
Could one of you gentlemen tell that taxi driver not to push off, please? He might be needed as a material witness.
Of course.
And if you could just keep your hands off of each other for 5 minutes.
There's 2 police forces got me on their register now.
Oh, Vic!
I'm so sorry, Henry.
Oh, God, what's happened now?
Betty told me that Sergeant Slater's got your money.
Oh, that's yesterday's news, that is!
Yes, Barcelona's back on again.
Yeah, is that the one with the cash?
Certainly is!
Oh, that's wonderful. Tell him, Jean.
I've been thinking,
I wish people would stop doing that.
and I've decided that I should come with you and Betty.
Jean!
I think the brandy and the cooking sherry cleared my brain for me.
Oh, that's wonderful! But is it all right with you, Betty? Jean coming to stay with us?
Of course it is. We'll just share you.
Do you know, Vic, I've been wasting myself all these years.
Hang on. Well, where does that leave me?
Facing 2 counts of indecent behaviour.
Oh, that's perfect, that is.
No, I'm only joking, Vic. With Jean coming, you best come along as well.
What?
We'll make up the foursome. Now come on, all
We
of
want to
us.
see Bill before we go so we can put Pussy in quarantine.
Quarantine?
And then once we've settled, we can make arrangements to fly the cat over to us.
Now hang on. Bill doesn't work for free, you know. Best leave him a couple $1,000 for expenses.
Can I just remind you that Mr. Big, a.k.a. Mr. Birthcuss, will be paying us a visit any moment.
Yes, I've heard.
Come on, let's get this
Oh!
sorted out.
No! Stop it! Oh.
You lot really believe in fair shares for all, don't you?
We were just having a family.
Oh, I can see what the family was having. Thank you very much.
Evening all.
Oh my God!
Got married again, have you?
I thought you were going to Edinburgh.
Yes, we all thought that was the arrangement, Archie.
Well, the train doesn't go till 1:50, innit? Thought I'd pop back and cheer the family up a bit.
Oh, very happy, being miserable, thank you.
Oh, lucky I did return, actually. There's been an accident outside your
That
house.
is all in hand, thank you, sir.
Well, apparently you've run into a pedestrian.
What? A pedestrian?
It wasn't my fault.
Oh, that's what they all say.
Well, don't you think you should send for an ambulance?
I have sent for an ambulance. It is too bad that you lot couldn't be a little bit more helpful instead of indulging in your Australian fetishes.
Oh, you don't have to worry about the pedestrian. He's sitting on the pavement with his head in his hands.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Oh, it's okay. It's still on his shoulders.
Can we all please go before Mr. Big turns up?
Yes, please.
Didn't I tell you? Mr. Big's already here.
Here?
Where?
Outside.
Outside?
He's the injured pedestrian on the pavement.
What?
Sergeant Slater very kindly ran over Mr. Big for you.
How do you know that it's him?
Well, he's sitting there mumbling, "Burf curse, burf curse, burf
Oh my God!
Does he look dangerous?
Well, not anymore. He's got double vision, a sprained wrist, and a broken ankle.
Oh, well, that's wonderful.
And a fractured jaw.
Oh, well, that'll teach him for putting Mr. Nasty in the river.
Blimey, that car must have hit him pretty hard.
Nah, that only gave him the double vision. Once I realised who he was, I gave him the fractured jaw, the sprained wrist, and the broken ankle.
Bloody hell! Oh, I reckon that's worth another 5,000, Sergeant.
You know, I've been thinking about that, Henry. I mean, continually giving me these one-off settlements. Why not put me on the payroll permanently?
On the payroll?
Yeah, take me to Barcelona with you.
Barcelona?
You need looking after, Henry. There's a lot of villains knocking about out there.
There's a lot of villains in here as well, I can tell you.
It's not a bad idea, Henry. I mean, if people are going to be putting contracts out on us.
Hang on a minute, though. Aren't you a serving police officer?
Almost certainly am.
Well, what's your superintendent going to say?
I'll be pleased to see me. He's been on the run in Spain for the last 6 months.
All right, you're on. Have you got an up-to-date passport?
Don't be daft. I got half a dozen of them.
All right, well, we'll all go out the back way before Sergeant Slater returns.
Listen, I think maybe I should go out the front way.
But Mr. Berfkus is out there.
Yes, and our dozy Mr. Brefkus has got a briefcase with him.
Oh, we've had enough of briefcases for one day, thank you.
No, it's just if he's carrying a briefcase, it'll more than likely contain the goods.
The goods?
What goods? The goods being exchanged for your money.
What kind of goods?
Well, who knows, but whatever it is, it's worth £1,735,000. Now we could end up in Barcelona with both the money and the goods.
Oh,
No, that's immoral.
You've just nicked £1,735,000.
No, that's illegal.
May we leave now, please?
Yes!
Yes, please.
Oh, but Henry, you've got to give Bill some money for pussy.
Money for what?
Don't even ask.
Oh, forget about Bill. We'll send money from Barcelona.
And I better take this for the journey.
I'll take that. You take this.
Ooh, can we take Mr. Brown's car?
Oh, yes, definitely. And just for the record, it's not Mr. Brown's car. It's my car, and it's very expensive.
Well, let's go then, Mr. Brown.
As we're going to be living together, the name's Johnson, not Brown.
Got it, Percy.
And it's Vic, not Person.
Okay, Adelaide.
It's not Adelaide, it's Betty.
Excuse me, but you and your husband are Henry and Jean, aren't you?
Absolutely.
Well, thank God for that.
Oh, except to those who know us as Freddie and Genevieve, Archie.
Oh, and it's not Archie. It's Cecil.
Oh.
Mr. Perkins.
Ah, Bill! Wait, I thought you were looking after our cat.
Oh, your cat's all right. It's in my taxi. It's Sergeant Slater that I'm worried about.
Oh, God, what's she up to now?
Oh, she's not up to anything. She's been knocked down.
By your taxi?
No, by that pedestrian.
What?
Yeah, so he hit her with his briefcase.
Oh, my God.
So the sergeant tried to take it away from him, then he hit her with it. Wallop, out cold.
Bloody hell!
Yeah. I reckon Mr. Berfkus has something illegal in his birth curse.
Most likely. How do you know about Mr. Berfkuss's birth curse?
Oh, come off it. I've heard enough in the past 2 hours to write a James Bond film.
Well, where's Mr. Berfkuss now?
Staggering up the road, looking for number 42.
Oh, my God!
Yeah, we should go out the back way.
Yes! We?
Well, I'm coming with you.
To Barcelona?
Well, why not? You've been paying everybody else to keep the trap shut.
But I've already got a security guard.
Well, you're dead lucky. You got yourself a gardener now as well.
Blimey, that's 6 of us.
Yeah, you know, we may qualify for a group booking.
Well, at least there's that.
Come on, we're waiting for you in the side street.
All right. I'm sorting out the terms of employment for the staff.
Sorting out what?
I've just signed up as your gardener.
I thought you were looking after the cat.
Oh, the cat will be fine. I'm going to drop her over at my sister Maggie's house, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'll meet you at British Airways check-in.
Oh, blimey, I hope you're this good at planning our garden.
You know what? You can. I'll give the old girl 50 quid, and you can add that to my first week wages.
Come on, what's keeping everybody?
My money, by the looks of things.
Don't ask any questions. His sister's now looking after the cat for 50 quid, and he's coming to Barcelona as our gardener.
I thought you were a married man, Bill.
Oh, I am. She never come looking for me in Barcelona.
Come on then, Henry. With a bit of luck, by the time we get to London Airport, we'll have taken on a cook and a housekeeper.
Yeah. My taxi's out front, and I'll have to go out that way.
Well, steer clear of Sergeant Slater.
I'll meet you at London Airport.
Watch out for Mr. Berfkus.
Oh, and if you are looking for a cook, I've got this other sister by the name of Evie who's in a rotten marriage.
Oh, I don't need a cook.
Now, come on!
Oh, all right, I just need to make sure. Barcelona, here we come.
Berfkus! Oh, you'll have to speak clearer than that, sir.
Berfkus! Give me mein Helm!
I'm afraid we don't speak your lingo.
Give me mein Helm!
wait, that sounds like Dutch.
Give me mein Helm! Give me mein Helm!
That sounds like double Dutch.
Ah, yes. Oh.
Oh, I'm beginning to understand the lingo now.
Ik tel tot 5.
I didn't quite get that.
No, I'm gonna get it. Give him the money.
1.
No, wait, no, my wife has the briefcase. She's just outside.
2.
We'll send for an interpreter.
I don't need an interpreter.
3.
We'll do a deal. 50-50.
We'll do a deal. Give him the
Yeah.
lot.
5.
Henry!
Oh!
Broker!
Nick! You weren't expecting anyone, were you, Jean?
No, Betty, I wasn't. Who do you suppose that it is?
I don't know. Looks like a rather feminine teapot.
Oh, don't antagonize him, for God's sake.
Broker!
I think he wants the broadcast.
Well, then let's give it to him, Jean.
Oh! Ow!
What the hell's going on? Was it you firing that gun?
I did. Think I got myself a play picture, too.
Can I open my eyes yet?
Oh, Sergeant! I'm coming, Sergeant!
Where's the fellow that hit me with his briefcase? There he is! What the hell happened to him?
He fell over.
Come on, who is he?
All right, I guess we best come clean.
What? There's no need.
No, it's really... We've had a good run.
You don't have to say anything.
No, I want to confess.
Don't say anything. You're a liar.
It's really best for all of us.
Shut up! Shut up and all sit down. You, up. Come on, let's have it.
I picked up this briefcase by mistake on the London Underground. The bloke who took my briefcase has ended up in the river in Putney, and the bloke who put him in the river in Putney has ended up on my carpet with a sprained ankle, a fractured wrist, and a broken jaw. This briefcase, as you know, contains a few office papers, a diary, and what's left of a cheese and chutney sandwich. This briefcase contains £1,735,000, less 10% to him, and 25,000 to him, plus 7,500 for a car worth 500 quid. That completes the financial aspects of the matter. Now, on a more personal note, this is not Adelaide, nudist from Sydney. She is Betty Johnson, good friend from Clapham. This is not Percy, nor is he a sheep farmer. He's a very simple, very plain Vic. This gentleman is not my brother, unreliable or otherwise, nor is he a travelling salesman hoping to catch that 150 to Edinburgh. He is a part-time drinker in the Prince of Wales pub, where I was not soliciting, and nor do any of us get up to a bit of hanky-panky under the blankie. This gentleman, he has a lot of faults, but he is who he says he is. This woman, I am not her brother-in-law, Freddie Perkins. I'm in fact her husband, Henry Perkins. This briefcase contains the goods for which all of this trouble has been caused, and for which he was hoping to receive this. And when he received that, he put Mr. Nasty in the river in Putney and came around demanding the return of his briefcase.
Say that again.
I picked up this briefcase.
Never mind! Sergeant, he was going to hand it in from the very beginning.
Oh, Vic.
It was a shock, you see.
Yes, Betty.
He's always been a bit simple-minded.
Jean!
Oi, this is Coke.
I couldn't drink a thing, honestly.
It's a whole briefcase full of pure cocaine.
Cocaine?
Oh, you'll get a sizable reward for this, Mr. Perkins.
Will I?
Yeah, you're a credit to the community. £3,000 at least.
Oh, that'll get the cuckoo clock fixed anyway.
Oh, come on, let's get this fella in the car. Get him in the ambulance. Come on. Give me that.
It can't you leave a Britain!
You tell that to the judge.
You're right, Betty. He does sort of look like an effeminate teapot.
Right. Well, that's that then. Come on, Jean, prepare the roast chicken for the birthday boy.
Happy birthday, Henry.
Oh, thanks, Jean.
Oh, yes, happy birthday, Henry.
Thanks, Betty.
Happy birthday, Henry.
Vic.
Just thought I'd say, no hard feelings, Mr. Perkins.
Oh, thanks, Sergeant. Although I am sorry you're going to miss out on that early retirement, though.
All right, are we ready to go?
Go where?
To London Airport, Barcelona.
Haven't you been listening, Bill? We've lost a lot.
No, we haven't.
Sergeant Slater just went off with all the money.
Oh, don't be daft. I switched the money from the briefcase to the suitcase ages ago.
Bloody hell! Bill! Bloody brilliant! Oh, it's worth every penny, you are!
I think this is going to work out just fine, Mr. Perkins.
Yes!
Oh, don't forget Henry was sharing you.
Ooh.
Don't forget, Henry, we're splitting the money 50-50.
Henry, I bought the chicken.